What is up, everybody? This is Painless Durst, Dr. Painless, Dr. Painless Durst. Depends on what platform I'm on. Um, just wanted to let you know I'm doing a Starfield video. This is it starting out. Um, I'm doing it because I really think the game's going to do really well. I really like everything about the game. Um, I think that the whole thing is going to be phenomenal. I really think from this reveal, Bethesda did a fantastic job. So my plan is to play the game, stream the game. I'm gonna put hundreds of hours into it. I believe it's gonna be the first game that I'm going to reach that outside of Call of Duty, and I'm just going to enjoy it. Role play it as much as possible. So if you enjoy it, feel free to like the video, subscribe to YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on TikTok. Feel free to like and subscribe on there. But for now, let's get into it. Enjoy. Okay, now comes the fun part of this whole review. We're getting into the part of the actual gameplay. Um, we're kind of being introduced. I'm assuming this is going to be like the beginning of the game. We're approaching the moon of Crete, um, and the ship's coming in. We're going to be having our walkout moment, and you will see in a second that shortly after you walk out, you can scan fauna and flora, which is very similar to scanning style of No Man's Sky. Um, I know a lot of people have other comparisons to other space exploration survival games. No Man's Sky is the game that I play the most, so I see similarities here. Um, I feel like this is appropriate. It's not Bethesda copying or anything like that. I just feel like it's appropriate for an exploration style game, especially when you're going to new planets. Um, Mining, resource gathering, that kind of thing. I feel this is appropriate. Hopefully, there's going to be something we can do with the research that we do on the planets. Like scanning the animals here, the fauna, and like turning it in for like credits and that kind of thing. Like for like a faction. Um, there's obviously, like I just mentioned, there's creatures in the game. There's both tame creatures, like not going to give you an issue, and docile. There's going to be also like wild creatures that might become a problem, such as these space style mud crabs here. And then there's also later on in the reveal, there's gameplay of an actual creature attacking. So we're going to have a little bit of both. Here we're scanning for some iron. We're mining the iron. Obviously, this is going to be resource gathering, for researching, for shipbuilding, for base building, for all kinds of things. Maybe to even just sell. But there's going to be resource gathering in order to do some customization and crafting later on in the game. Um, Now we're coming up to the actual like gameplay ground. I call it ground combat. You can see that there's a quick bar, like circle, like is in most Bethesda games. Um, a little jetpack jumping there, so the maneuverability is going to come into play. Probably gravity will come into play. Hopefully, this approach here, I thought, oh, hey, they're going to come in and they're going to do some stealth when they approach these pirates here, but it didn't end up happening. They triggered them. Could be because at the beginning of the game, you can see those pirates are like level 2, but hopefully there's going to be some stealth in the game. I'm assuming there will be. Um, and there's going to be different ways to attack. You see different weapons. He looked like he had a laser rifle. Here you've got a grenade going off. Then you come up here, he switches over to a double barrel shotgun and takes that guy out with the quick double tap. Um, and finally, we got some lock picking going into a weapons case. That's really cool. I like how they have an actual weapons case and it's not just going to be like a chest or something. Um, Hopefully, there's going to be some hacking for computer terminals and other style locks, not just like chest locks type thing. Um, More gameplay here, gun combat. And you see the different styles of shooting. how the different style of weapons have been shooting. Um, and you can see different ways to kill enemies. They just blew the jetpack up on that thing, jump up in the air, and that's it. Okay, now we come into what I call the social aspect of the gameplay here. We come in, we see New Atlantis, which is one of four major cities that's going to be in the game. And Todd said with an interview with IGN today that it is the largest city that they have created in a Bethesda game. So that's going to be interesting to see. Um, we see all kinds of different ways the character interacts with different NPCs. One big thing here was dialogue. Um, Today, Todd said that there's over 200,000 lines of voice acting in the game. Last year, we heard that there was 150,000 lines, so that's quite a significant increase in how many lines is going to be said in the game. There's also no player voice acting, so your character is never going to talk. Like if you're a streamer or content creator, you can always just voice it yourself, and that's pretty cool. I like that aspect. I hope it broadens the expanse of what decisions we can make when we have decisions to make. But as far as the main quest goes, we know it deals with artifacts and retrieving artifacts. We're the last major explorers for this constellation is the last major explorers for humankind. So hopefully that'll be an interesting way to look at it. It's just not always fetch quests, which I'm sure Bethesda's not going to do. But I know fetch quests can be kind of cumbersome in Bethesda games. But there's different factions. Hopefully, those factions play a significant role in the game. Hopefully, it's like you can join them like you do, like the Thieves Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and like Elder Scrolls, to where like they actually help you in some of your role playing, resource gathering. Being a thief. Like I said, resource gathering. Um, Hopefully, that's a big important step in the game, and that's about that with all the factions. All right, here we have character customization. You can do all kinds of different things: looks, hairstyle, eye color, weight, even how they walk, which is very interesting. But eventually, we'll get to the background of the character, which will make it set up the way NPCs will respond to you and decisions that you make, and how you approach different quests and everything. There will be traits, which will be both positive and negative effects on your character, and leveling. Um, and then, this is just basically what all the different clothing styles and everything that you can have in the way your character will look. Finally, we get to skills and leveling. You're different. You have different skill sets here: combat, physical, social. And that'll base it on leveling up your character. And then you get into researching and crafting. I'm huge with this one because pharmacy, and I seen that there was a pharmacology crafting point, but we'll get into that later in a later video maybe. Here we got base building. Excited for this. This looks very similar to No Man's Sky as well. Resource gathering, and it I like how you can hire characters, NPCs to work on your station, work on your base. And the cool thing now is ship customization and ship building. We can build your own ships. You can customize the look of your own ship, and that's huge. That's the one big thing that I think No Man's Sky is missing. You can go in and buy whatever ship you want, but you can't customize it, and I think this is huge. This is something that I'm excited for. I'm ready to see what all different ways you can make your ship move and maneuver, and I'm really stoked for this part of the game. And with the reveal of shipbuilding and customizations, we get into space conflict, space flight, and today, again, Todd mentioned that the maneuverability of the ships and the pacing and everything. They wanted to make it very similar to the Mech Warrior games, which I never did play. I wanted to, but those were years ago, and I really wasn't into gaming with those style of games back then. But you're going to have different types of weapons that you can employ into your ship. Um, and that's going to lead into different ways you can take on combat. Um, he mentioned today about different power sources, being able to do kind of like this boost and jump out of in and out of combat, get to safety type thing, and the way that different styles of power sources will allow you um, to dock on ships to use different weapons. um, you'll be able to sabotage and kind of pirate ships, which I hope we can steal ships and kind of claim them as our own. That would be real interesting. Um, but yeah, space conflict. All right, now we're getting into the end of the reveal where Todd starts talking about the different ways we can land on a planets, and the size of the game in general. We can land on any planet, anywhere, including the hubs, specific locations, or just in general. Um, each landing will be like a cutscene. It won't be like manually landing like on No Man's Sky. There's 100 systems, over 1,000 planets. Some of the planets will not be related to main quests. Most of the planets will not be related to the main quest, and those planets will be procedurally generated. The rest of the video here is just showing the diversity of the biomes, different style of creatures that we can see in the game, and this is obviously going to be related to like resource gathering, um, and just in general how the game will be played and what the terrain's going to be like in the game. So, with all of that, this is the end of the video, the reveal. Um, I'm really stoked to get into this game, and take off and explore the Starfield. All right. Um, so that's the video. Don't be too hard on me. This is the first video I've done since I did one, Fallout 76 with voiceover and everything. I usually don't do voicing videos, even though I make Twitch content. I'm not usually good at doing voiceover videos. But with that, um, this was my first take on everything related to the Starfield reveal from the other day. Hopefully, I will get into maybe doing some more in-depth looking. I have a pretty busy schedule with work and home life and everything, so it may not happen exactly the way I want to. But um, hopefully, hopefully this game turns out to be really good. Since they delayed it and everything, hopefully they polish it really well. Hopefully there's not another delay. I foresee that being a thing, but hopefully there's not. And with that, I look forward to seeing any of you all in maybe my Twitch, my TikToks. Just enjoy my content in general. It's not the greatest, and I know that, but hey, I enjoy doing it, and that's what matters to me. Um, so feel free again to like and subscribe to anything, follow anything that is of my social medias. There's obviously YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter. I even have a Facebook page. Um, and I look forward to seeing you all around some other time. And until then, have a good one.